let me share you the market capitalization of the top 10 pharmaceutical companies. The number one, it's Sun Pharma. If you look at, currently it's sitting at almost 21 billion US dollars. Second at Dr. Reddy's, which is currently sitting at almost 7 billion US dollars. And if you look at the combined of the top 10, is almost close to 60 billion US dollars. How this has happened? Let's look at quickly onto the couple of milestones before we go to the evolution of the pharmaceutical industry. So today, if you look at, it's one of the leading pharma producers, contributes almost 1.4% of the global pharmaceutical industry by value and 10% by volume. Also, it is expected that in the next 7 years' time, the pharmaceutical industry is going to grow by 12% and to reach to a 45 billion US dollars. So when pharma industry is trying to grow in India, where is the healthcare sector moving? If you look at the healthcare sector, it's going to reach close to 250 billion US dollars by 2020. Then if you look at also that the amount of FDIs which is foreign direct investments, which has come to India over a period of 13 years, you will see almost 11.4 billion US dollars has been attributed to pharmaceutical industry, almost 6%. Now, when the pharmaceutical industry was happening, obviously various segments within the industry were growing, and there were distinct, I've captured 4 areas of segments which are very critical for most of the pharmaceutical companies. The number one is API, which is bulk drug. Now, most of the companies started with the bulk drug, and if you look at today, it's already third largest, but it is going to be almost capturing 7.2% market share by 2016. Then other thing, if you look at the same API, when we file a drug master file in the US, all over the world, if you look at in 2012, 49% of DMF filed were from India, right? Which talks about the kind of capability we have, the kind of quality which we managed to showcase is very different. Coming on to the formulations, so I know that many countries have started playing around with API and formulations. China has gone ahead a lot on the API, less on formulation, but India, from the very beginning, we're going into the 1:5 ratio, and today if you look at most of the companies, even small companies, before even going to formulation, they'll be having API. So there is a nice balance between API and formulation in the top pharmaceutical companies. If you look at there, it's almost 14% market share of the global formulation business, and it is ranking 12th in the worldwide area. Coming on to the CRAMS, the collaboration which happened with the innovator companies, you will see that this business is going to grow to 8 billion US dollars by 2015. And the last, which is the key going forward into the future, the biologics, where government is coming forward to support by almost investing 70 million US dollars, helping the local Indian pharmaceutical companies doing research to be competitive in the marketplace globally. Almost a century back, when British was still ruling India, we were not having much of allopathic. It was more of naturopathy, Ayurveda, those kind of traditional medicines were in use. During the freedom struggle, the freedom fighters in India boycotted the allopathic medicine which were imported from the Britain and were available in India. Few of the industrialists, along with the freedom activists, they decided that we need to produce some medicines in India so that people can take it. Penicillin was the first one which they started. One of those companies, Cipla, which started in 1935 with a similar concept. From there, when we reached up to 1970, post-independence, we found it was dominated by the MNCs with very little participation in the domestic sector. 1970 to 90, very critical that we denounced the product patent. We moved on to a process patent, allowing that whatever the chemical skills or chemistry skills we have leveraged by the time to create different process for the same product to introduce in the market. If you look at, then we have multiple innovative processes, then we have leveraged the world-class chemistry skills, but the most important is government came forward, and with the help of WHO and Russia, we established the R&D centers. One of those manufacturing facilities or R&D center is IDPL, which is Indian Drug Pharmaceutical Limited. Dr. Anji Reddy, who's the founder of Dr. Reddy's, was one of the scientists those days working with IDPL. Then obviously it started with the production infrastructure, but then the most crucial thing happened is India went through a process of liberalization and globalization. Earlier, the license to manufacture medicines were not so easily available. Government made it available. Government gave subsidy so that the pharmaceutical companies can reach out globally to start selling their products. By the time already we were working on the quality, so we know we can do it. Then from the government sponsored research moved into private players. We started developing our own research. Dr. Reddy's, Ranbaxy, all the companies, they started with this research-based pharmaceutical company. There was a time around about 97, 98, almost 500 PhD scientists were working for Dr. Reddy's. That's the kind of research we were engaging with. And today, if you look at 6% of the total revenue of the top 10 companies, they are investing on R&D. Then you will see also that Indian companies started going out to the foreign countries. Then we also maintained a very nice ratio, as I've spoken, between bulk and formulation. And 2005, we moved and our transition into product patent. So the 35 years of process patent helped us to rediscover ourselves and revolutionize the Indian pharma industry. And obviously, going forward, the most critical part is we are going to invest on product development, product patent, new product NCEs, new chemical entities, but you will also see that we will spend money, R&D, on creating affordable medicines, complex generics, biologics. These are the ones which are going to take us to the global market to compete with the global players.